So coming on to the aggregate function, by the time we have already learned to work with the functions that operate on individual rows in a table. Example, if you use round function, then it will round off the values from each row of the table. So what we're saying that by the time you are working on such functions in which individual value was being part, the output was individual value for each particular row. So they are saying the same thing that, just a minute, let me admit the students first. Okay, yeah. So by the time we have used all the functions in which individually the output was coming. Like if round function is there, it was giving us an individual output for each row, each one of the row. It is not like that combinedly all the rows are combining together and giving us a one single output. But for each row we have a different output. Like if you have selected a column, then in that particular column for each row we have a round function applied over it, and then we are getting the output for it. Suppose if we applied on the column say salary, then also it is not like कि पूरा salary column में से आपका एक output आने वाला है. It would be individual output for each row. So we will be discussing today the functions which can give us one single output for the entire group of columns. So MySQL also supports and provides group functions or aggregate functions. As you can make out that group functions or aggregate functions work upon groups of rows rather than on single rows. Suppose if we take an example of minimum. So minimum, if you talk about, you can see that in
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Voice is breaking. Is it same for all of you? Is it breaking for all of you?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Then might be the problem is your side. Okay. So group functions or aggregate functions are the functions which are applied on the groups. So suppose if we take an example of maximum to make you understand. So maximum will give us only one output. Suppose I say find out the maximum salary. The maximum salary will give you only one output. Not, it is not like that individual rows will be giving you, it will be the giving you output for individual rows as we have it in round or truncate function. But here, one output will be there for the entire column salary. So that way we can see that it is working on the number of rows together. In a group it is working. So that's why they are also said to be as group functions. So aggregate functions are also said to be as group functions and can also said to be as multiple row functions. Since so many rows are involved in the finding out the output. Like output is one and the function is applied on a group of rows and then you are getting the final output for this. This is what your aggregate function says. When you apply your function on a group of rows and you get a single output, then it is said to be your aggregate function or group function or multiple row function. Now many group functions accept the following options. Now whenever you write an aggregate function, it takes these two options also. One is your distinct, one is your all, but that is completely your choice whether you want to write it or not. So talking about distinct, this option causes a group function to consider only distinct values of the argument expression. That means only different values. It will remove all the duplicate values. So suppose if I take an example of like post, like one is a salesman, one is a postman or something like this, then there are three more salesmen and three managers are over there. So total count becomes 6. But if you use distinct keyword, the output will be only 2. Why? Because we have only two different professions. One is your salesman and another one is your postman. What did I do? Whatever the option was. So this 2 will only be the output, 2 will be the count of that. It will not give you 6 because it takes only different values. It removes the duplicate values. And if we talk about all, this option causes a group function to consider all values including all duplicates. So as I have given you the example before, so answer to all keyword will be your 6. It will take all the values, all the professions which are listed over there. It could be like maybe one of the profession like salesman has been repeated thrice or 4 times, but doesn't matter, it will count all 4 times. But if we talk about distinct, it will not count all 4 times, but it will consider only 1 time to the that profession. It will remove all the duplicate values and it will not count in that way. And this is the most famous kind of question which has been asked by the external at the time of external and even in the internals also, that what is the keyword which is used to remove the duplicate values from the MySQL. So the answer to this will be your distinct keyword. And how do you spell it up? So the spelling to this will be DISTINCT. So distinct keyword is used for removing your duplicate values from a particular column. If somebody wants to speak something, they can unmute and say instead of putting it into the chat box, because then I have to distract myself. I have to open the chat box, read it out, and then I would have to answer it. So it would be better if you unmute yourself and speak it up. So that is all our distinct and all function. Any doubt in this? What is this distinct keyword and all keyword? Any doubts? Okay. So the usage of those options will become clear with the coverage of the examples in this section. Now for moving forward, all the methods which is a part of your aggregate function, we will be doing the examples on basis of them, and for that we will be considering this table. And that is only reason I already asked you to make it into the database, so that it is already there in your DB, in your database, so that we can use it for the another function as well. You do not need to prepare again and again the different tables for performing the queries. So we will be using the same table EMPL which we're using by the time for all the functions. Okay, so the first function we have is AVG, which says average. So this function computes the average of the given data. So whatever the data is there, suppose if we have a salary column like this, if we wanted to find out the average salary, then we can use this function AVG. Now you can see that average complete word has not been written, but a keyword has been used for average A, V, and G. Its syntax is AVG in the small parentheses. You can always mention, do you want to remove the redundancy or not, or do you want to take all the values which are inside there. So distinct or all, any one of them can be used, and then you will be passing the parameter. Now it could be any column name so that it can figure out all the values from that particular column. It returns average value of the parameter n. Its argument type will be numeric because we are working on average. We cannot find out the average of any given string. We can only find the average of a number. So its argument type will be number and its return type will also be a number. So now we have the question that calculate average salary of all employees listed in the table EMPL. So what could be the query written for this? We have to calculate average salary of all employees listed in the table EMPL, and the table is over here, and the salary column has been named as SAL. So what do you think the query could be like? We have to find the average salary from the table employee.
Select AVG and in the parenthesis we pass the argument SAL, the column name.
Okay.
From EMPL.
From EMPL. Don't you think we need to pass the keyword distinct or all?
No, ma'am, because average would take all the salaries average. We want all of them, right?
So in case if you do not use all, by default anyway it will take all the values. And if you write all, then also it will be considerable, no? Because all will take all the values. But there is a difference when you do not write, like if you use asterisk sign. I will tell the difference in the function count, which would be more clear. But here, the query is absolutely correct. You can write it like select average and salary. Since we have not written anything, by default, it will take all as a keyword and all of the values will be taken up. So salary के पास जितनी भी integer values है, all of them will be taken up. All the rows will be considered together and we will find out the average of it and will show you the output like this, average, and calculated the average of this. Now, this will be your assignment number 29. 28 तक हम लोगों ने already assignment किए हैं. For 29, we are not going to take any special class, but whatever the queries we are doing, because you are already EMPL table created in your database. So this all questions will go as a part of your assignment number 29. You can write the question and then the query for it, and just on the opposite page, you can print this output like this. Like they have given the output, in the similar way, you can print the output. So the questions are before you, and the topic could be aggregate functions, assignment number 29, and the heading would be aggregate function, and then you can write down the questions which is given over here and the values for it. Is that clear how we are going to write it in the journal? Assignment number 29. If any doubts are there, you can let me know. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
The same question you have to write and just the query as it is. Only the output will be your console part. Okay, so that was all about your average function. Second function which we have is count. This function counts the number of rows in a given column or expression. It will count all the rows for you. The syntax is count, asterisk, distinct or all, and expr, which is expression. So all three things can be taken together. Like you can use star for this, you can use distinct for this, all, and expr, expression. So it returns the number of rows in the query. If you specify argument expression, then this function returns rows where expression is not null. That means suppose if you have written some expression inside it, some mathematical expression inside it, then it will give you that output in which the null is not there or which is getting some value. If you specify the asterisk, this function return all rows. Now see, this is the difference over here. See, if you use all keyword, it will take only those values which are having the value, means it will leave the null values. If suppose one row is having a null value, then the all keyword will not consider it. It will completely ignore all the null values. Whereas if you write asterisk, it will count even the null values. So suppose if I look into one of the table, EMPL, so you can see here column is there. Suppose if I use count function with this and I write all as a keyword inside it, then it will give me the output 1, 2, 3, and 4 because only 4 values are there. It will ignore the null values. Whereas if I write asterisk sign, it will count everything, all the rows which are available in the column. So this is a difference when asterisk is being used and all keyword is being used. And you should be very clear about it, that what is the difference. I might ask you in 1 mark, or you might get this kind of question in your external also, that what is the difference when you use asterisk? Yeah.
Can you explain that all once again?
What?
Ma'am, can you explain that all part again?
See, there are 3 parts. One is your asterisk. So asterisk will count all the rows including null. Second is your distinct, which will count only those values which are kind of different. So if you see about this job, there you can see salesmen are repeating twice, thrice, and 4 times also. But it will not take it 4 times. It will take only 1 time. So if you see the output for this, then its output will be clerk, salesman, manager, president, analyst. So this 5 will be the output for this. Count will be 5 because we are using distinct keyword. But if we use all keyword, it will take, like if you talk about this column, since we have null values over only here, that's why I'm taking this column. So if we take all as a keyword, it will calculate the values which are not null, which is 0, 0.0, 1400, 500, and 300. It will ignore all the null values. Is it clear? It will ignore all the null values, but it will count the rest of the values which are not null. This is what has been written in its theory part also. That if you specify the asterisk, the function will return all the rows, including the duplicates and the not nulls also. Whereas if you take all as a keyword, it will only, you can count either all rows. If see, if you specify the argument expression, this function returns rows where expression is not null. So if you write all as a keyword, it will return you all the values which are not null. But if it is null, it will ignore it. We can just check it on the console. Just give me a minute, I'm opening up the console. Okay, so this is MySQL command prompt. Okay, so let me check whether I have any table prepared like this. Show databases. I hope you remember this query. So I have a database named student. So what shall I write? Show table or what should I write? What should be the next command? I have seen a database student is there. I want to use it now. How do I use it?
Use database name.
Use student.
Okay. Now I want to see the table inside it. How do I do it? That whether I have a table like this or not.
Show tables.
Show tables. Okay, so I have three tables: B master, EMPL, and student detail. So I wanted to see first what do I have in this table. So select star from EMPL. Is it correct? Okay, so I have a short table, not as big as you have in the book it is. So I have this table. Now suppose I wanted to find out the count. So first of all, I know that I can use this count function, select count, and I wanted to count all from EMPL. What will be the output to this? You can see 8. Why 8? Because it will count all the rows. Doesn't matter whether in the row there is null or not. But suppose if I want to count distinct values, so select count. What should I write here? Distinct. And what should be the next parameter? What should be the next parameter?
Job.
Are you sure? That is my. So let us write job. Select count distinct job from EMPL. That's all. So this is my job column, right? So you can see the output is 4. Why it is 4? जबकि हमें पता है total rows are 8. Then also the output is only 4. Why is it so? Because we will see the job column. How many different values do we have over here? One is clerk, second is salesman, third is your manager, and fourth is your analyst. So that is why the output is 4. And suppose if I write select all as a keyword. So for keyword, select count first, C-O-U-N-T, count, and then I'm using all keyword. And with which column do I use it? I am going to use it with COMM because it has null values. Let me check the column name. Yeah, it is COMM. Okay. And from EMPL. Do you think the query is correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So the output is 3. But it should be 8, no? Because all keywords should give everything. But it is only 3. Why is it so? Because the values are only 3. 1, 2, and 3. There are no more values. So it is 1, 2, and 3. That's why the output is 3. I hope it would be clear to you now. Any doubts in using asterisk sign, distinct, and count all?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then we will move.
Ma'am, in the average function also, does all discard the null values?
Let us just see, since we have the console already ready, we will just check it out. So it will be better clear to you. Select, what should be the query written for it? You guide me, I'll write it.
Select AVG in the bracket all and COMM.
Okay, COMM we want. But anyway,
From
null.
here.
Okay. Null value का meaning ही क्या होता है बेटा?
नहीं मैम, अगर null values discard कर देंगे, then it won't count that many numbers, right? Count counted 3, and if it includes null values, then it would be +00 and divided by a larger number, right? So the average would change.
Let us just see then. So the output is here 733.3333. Do you think it is correct? We had the values 300, 500 and 1400. Calculate it, math students.
Yes, ma'am, it divided only by 3.
So I hope it is clear to you. In fact, this might, जिनको भी confusion था उनको भी clear हो गया होगा that all take only 4 values. And here we have 3 values. It will take only 3 values. It will ignore completely the null value. Even in case if you use it with any another function, it will ignore that. So shall we move on to the next one then? Okay, before moving on to the next one, we have some of the questions of the textbook. So the first question we have is count number of records in the table EMPL. So it was count number of records. That means how many rows do we have? So we can simply write the query, select count all, and you can give any column name from EMPL. Now see, when you will be writing it into the journal, there are 3 queries for the same count function. It is using distinct, using all, and using asterisk. You can choose any one of them, and if you want, you can write all 3 of them. No issues at all. Second question we have is count number of jobs in the table EMPL. Now this 3 is printed wrong over here. This 3 is a part of this only. So ignore that. Count number of jobs in the table EMPL. Now we wanted to count the number of jobs. If they would have written count the different jobs available, then we would have used the distinct keyword. But since they are not asking, they are just asking count the number of jobs. So simply they have just written count and job. If nothing is there, they will calculate all the jobs which are available over there. Now the next question they have given is how many distinct jobs are listed in the table employer. So you can just use the keyword distinct job. Do not forget that this keywords, whatever you're using all or distinct, it always comes into the functions. You can see that if it is a count function, we are writing it inside this. When we use it with average function, it always comes in the parenthesis. Do not do it like you have used the keyword before the count function. The syntax for this is select count and you can use it into inside the parenthesis just before the column to which you want to be remove the duplicates. So this is the way how count function works. One more thing, if you will see the output, this is completely wrong. If total job count is only 14, how could be the output be 15? And as we have already seen, the output would be 3 because in my case only 3 or 4. In my case, I have only 8 rows, so the output is 4. In your case, where you have prepared the entire table, it would be 5. So this is wrong. That's why I'm saying do not blindly believe this on textbook because there are so many things written inside. This is wrong. Okay, coming on to the third function which we have is maximum. This function returns the maximum value from a given column or expression. Its syntax is max distinct all expression. It will return you the maximum value of the argument EXPR. I don't think it needs any explanation. Its argument type should be numeric and return type should be numeric. If we write a query about it, display maximum salary of the table employee. For maximum salary, we know that the function is max. So we can write select max and the column name goes inside it. After that, from which table do you want to write? From EMPL. Do not forget to mention the table name. In previous class, that means with one of the section, I faced that they are writing the query correctly, but they forgot to include from EMPL. And then they are again and again asking which database are you referring to? You are not using the correct database and all. So remember that with each query, there would be your table name from EMPL. The next function we have is minimum. It is same as maximum. It will just give the opposite of it. That was giving you the maximum value. It will return you the minimum value. The syntax is all same. Only the function name is going to change. Argument type, return type, all is same. So looking at the query, display the joining date of senior most employee. Now see, they wanted the joining date. And if we see, look at the employee table, do we have anything like joining date? Oh, we do not have any joining date like column. Where do we find it then? So you can clearly see hire date is there, but joining date is not there. But don't you think they both are same, hire date and joining date?
Yes, ma'am.
They are same. Hire date is also your joining date. So that's why sometimes they might give a different word which will not be the same in the table. But then you would have to figure out which particular column are they talking about. The joining date is similar to your hire date. That means they are talking about this particular column. Now what they are asking, they are asking that you have to find the minimum joining date. जिसमें सबसे wait, what was the question? The question was display the joining date of the senior most employee. Who is the senior most? जो भी senior most आपका employee होगा उसकी सबसे कम आपकी joining date होगी. If you match them, the one who has joined so early will only be considered as senior most. So that's why they will be finding the minimum hire date. That means the one which is the minimum among them, minimum of the date, जिसने सबसे पहले join किया होगा. So that way, abhi, this question would be given to you, but then you have to figure out whether you have to use minimum or maximum or which particular column do you have to use. So you should be very careful while reading the question that which particular function will go along with this. This is the way how you can use select minimum hire date from EMPL. Last aggregate function, which is sum. So this function returns the sum of the values in a given column or expression. Its syntax is sum, in the parenthesis distinct or all. It returns the sum of the values of n. Suppose if any column like salary column has been given, it will give you the output by totaling up all the salaries. Its argument will be numeric. Its return type will also be numeric. The question to this will be display total salary of all the employees listed in the table EMPL. Now we know that the salary column has been listed with the column name SAL in the table EMPL. So what we will be writing? Select, and what do we want? Total. That means sum. So select sum salary SAL from EMPL. Do remember that you have to write always here column name. Don't write whatever has been given in the question. You have to go with the table. That suppose if they have written employees, but in our database we have EMPL, the name of the table is. So make sure that you use the correct table name and the correct column name. Otherwise the query will be given wrong to you. Now these functions are called aggregate functions because they operate on aggregate of tuples. The result of an aggregate function is always a single value, which is not so in case of your round and truncate function, because you have we have an output for each single row. So in that way there would be multiple outputs. If there are 8 rows, there would be 8 outputs. But if you use aggregate function, even there is 8 rows, it will give you only one output. Now some questions for you all. Okay, first answer already I have shown you. To calculate the total gross of the employees of grade E2, the command is. Now this is not the same EMPL table. They have taken some different examples. So to calculate the total gross, so if they have not given anything like the column name is this or the table name is this, then you can take the same thing. The total will be sum. The total gross means their column name is gross, and for employees, so the table name is from employees, and the condition is given of grade E2. So the condition will be given with where clause. So where grade will be equals to E2. The second question is for you to solve. The question is, you have to display the average gross of employees with grades E1 or E2. What could be the command used for it? What would be the query for this? You have to display average gross of employees with grade E1 and E2. Here the column name is gross and the table name is employees, and the condition is given for E1 and E2 or E2. What could be the query for this?
Select AVG.
Yeah.
Gross and from employee where grade is equals to E1 or grade is equals to E2.
Yes, so the answer to this is perfectly correct. You can see this will be the only output. Select average gross from employee where grade should be equals to E1 or grade should be equals to E2. The next question for you all is, the question is to count the number of employees in employee table. You have to count the number of employees in the employee table. What could be the answer to this?
Select count star from employee.
Okay. It was very easy. There was nothing at all given. You just have to count it. So you can just write select count star from employee table. Okay, the next question, which is the last one, we are left with only 5 minutes. I'll just show you up. To count the number of cities different members belongs to. Different members belongs to different cities. So just put distinct city over there from members table. So they just wanted you to make use of distinct keyword. So you should be clear about how to using it. Okay. Now here there are some points which is related to distinct, all and star, which we've already read, but still we'll go through them once. So here the distinct keyword ensures that multiple entries of the same city are ignored. The asterisk is the only argument that includes nulls when it is used only with count. Function other than count disregard nulls in any case. Why disregard? Suppose if you are going for some addition function. So anyway, null value will always be taken as a, means they will anyway going to ignore it. Only it makes a difference when we are going to use count function. So this is how it makes a difference. Because in count function, if asterisk is used, then even though if asterisk is used, if null values are there, it will count all the values available in the rows. But if any another function is there, they will ignore the null values. If you want to count the entries including repeats, the keyword all is used. And if you want to ignore the null, but other than that, all the values which are even repeating also, you wanted to count them, then you can use the keyword all. The following command will count the number of non-null city fields in the members table. Select count all city from members. So in general, group functions return a single value for a set of rows. If you use a single function, it will return, if you use this function, it will give you a single value from the set of rows and can be applied to any numeric values, some text types or date kind of values. Is that clear? All the aggregate function, we have 5 functions in aggregate functions: average, minimum, maximum, count, and sum. Most important questions which frames up usually while exams also. You might get that write the functions which are a part of aggregate functions. Which all functions are being aggregate functions. It can come into the MCQ. It can even come as a query part. They give you a table and they can ask you to apply all the aggregate functions. To fire a query for all the aggregate functions. Because the last year the paper was not happened for IP, but even all the sample papers were having an aggregate function question which was of 5 marks. 5 queries, 5 functions and 5 marks. So practice it yourself. And that was all for today. Tomorrow we'll meet again with a new